Hello, Alex.
Yes, hello, Zachary.
What's going on, man? You are live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation Radio. How you doing, man?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. We just got done blasting one of your new tracks called Cult Axe. And
that's cool, man.
yeah, I gotta say, man, that shit was fucking badass, dude. You guys were like thrashing fucking... I was definitely feeling some High on Fire love in that, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Very good, man. So tell us what's going on in the world of 10,000 Years.
What's going on is that we released our new album today. So it's been pretty wild, actually. We got really good response from fans everywhere. So it's been quite a day, actually.
Absolutely, man. So what time is it over there right now? Because I know you said you had to set an alarm, dude. It's pretty early, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 4 in the morning on Saturday.
Holy shit.
So tomorrow for you guys.
Okay, so the album actually has already been out for a day for you guys then.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right on. So tell us how exactly did the band get started, and how long have you guys been doing this?
Yeah, me and Eric, our guitar player, we've known each other for quite a long time. We played together in a band called Pike up until like 2012, something like that. And then we like kind of drifted apart, everybody, but then we ended up in the same city again. And one day he just texted me like, "Hey man, I got some riffs. You want to jam?" And we did. And we felt like those riffs, it was just too good to not do anything. And then we decided to try to get a drummer. And the first one we tried out actually was Espen. And everything just clicked that first time. And it's been rolling on pretty much since then. And that was in March 2020.
That's awesome, man.
So this is our second year now.
Wow. Well, you guys sound like you've been doing it for a lot longer than that, man, to be honest with you.
I think that's because we've all played in bands since we were really young, and we had this idea from the beginning of what we wanted to do, and we always said from when we started out, we talked about what we wanted to do, and what we always came back to was like stoner rock and metal. It's like stoner metal, like, you know, High on Fire and Black Tusk were the two bands that we were like, yeah, this is how we want to like kind of sound, like what we were shooting for, at least. Like some the heavy doomy stuff, but also fast and in your face.
Hell yeah. Well, can you tell us, like, what was it like for you growing up, and how did you get into music, and what made you want to get started playing music? So
growing up, I've always been around music. My father's a musician, and we've always been hanging around in like rehearsal places, and there's always been music and rock and roll and stuff playing around. But I really think what's really kicked it off for me personally was probably the first time I heard Kiss. That was like, oh shit, we gotta try something like this. And me and my brother, we've always been like two peas in a pod, and we've all, in our earlier bands, he was always the drummer. So we started our first band, I think, in 2004 when we were still like kids in school, and we've been playing music ever since. And all my friends are musicians or are in bands, and I really don't know anything else. So it's never been like a question like, what am I gonna do? I need to be in a band, I think. And music has always been the most important thing for me. Like that's what I love, just listening to, and I write some stuff for Swedish metal magazines and stuff as well. So it's always been everything is about music for me, like in my life.
Man, that's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. What magazines are you writing for?
I used to do reviews for Close Up magazine, which was like the biggest metal underground magazine in Sweden, but they had to shut down like a couple of years ago. So now I do write for a web magazine called Slave State magazine.
Yeah.
Everything's in Swedish, but it's pretty cool.
Very cool, man. So now, do you guys, as far as live shows, man, do you guys have any live dates coming up that you want to let people know about?
Yeah, we got a couple of shows actually. In August, we're gonna open up for I Hate God in Stockholm, in Sweden.
Nice.
And we're gonna play the week after that. We're gonna play together with some friends of ours called Signal Rojo, also in Stockholm. And then we get some stuff in the works, but we try to. I mean, we love playing live, but we don't tour or stuff like that. We just play. Like we always said, we're gonna do quality over quantity, because we all have jobs and families and kids and stuff, so we can't like go off on a month at a time just touring shitholes, you know.
Yeah, I totally understand, man. So like when the time is right, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. When we get cool shows get offered to us, or if we find some, we'd like to play there, and then we like play a select shows, so to speak.
Hell yeah! If you guys could play at a show, at a festival or something like that with anybody, who would it be? Like, what would be your top? What would be your dream gig?
Probably something like Desert Fest or Freak Valley Fest.
Yeah,
where these pretty big festivals nowadays, with mostly like stoner rock and doom metal and sludge and stuff like that. They have had some pretty killer lineups this year. So that would be also cool to be included in something like that.
Oh yeah, I got a question for you from one of your fans in the chat room. His name is Bad Wizard, and he wants to know: is the fate of the albatross settled, and will we continue the story?
Yeah, that is actually up to you. We don't. The album ends with the crew flying out into space and back through this space-time rift, and they hope that it will close and everything will go back to normal, but we will never know for sure. It's an open-ended story.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, you.
I was gonna say, speaking of that, can you give us some descriptions of some of the songs that are on the album? Like, what is it all about, or is it, like you said, left up to?
Yeah, also the most of the songs are. The album is the third part in this trilogy, and it's the ending, and at this point the crew knows that they are on Earth, but it's 10,000 years in the future, and this Green King, old god, has taken over, and they have to try and restore everything to normal. And during the course of the album they meet all kinds of weird stuff, and like a lot of adventures, and in the end they take their spaceship and fly back into space, and like the last song is called Two Suns Beyond, because they're flying 2 suns beyond, you know. So but we never know how it's gonna end, because that's how I like it. I like movies like Night of the Living Dead or Planet of the Apes, where there's like unhappy endings, so to speak.
Yeah. Man, that sounds cool, dude. That kind of it makes me think, I mean, I don't know, like it would be a cool soundtrack for like one of those trippy animated movies about shit like that. Like Like
Yeah.
that one that they were trying to make for a long time, but it never did come out. I can't remember the name of it.
Is the Planet of Doom?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they've been working on that for years.
I know, man. I keep hoping that they're gonna put that out, but I don't know.
No, I don't know. I think they're still working on it actually, but I don't really know how it's going. I think it took them longer than expected, and it kind of fizzled out a bit, I think.
Yeah, but what you're explaining about like the story, that you guys are doing with your music, man, I could totally see something like that happening, or I don't know, like a comic book or something like that. I don't know, man.
Yeah, me too. That's what those kind of stories that we like gravitate towards, old science fiction and horror movies and stuff. So a comic book or something like that would be awesome, but it's you gotta have budget for that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was gonna ask you, like, where do you get some of your inspiration to come up with stuff like that? But I guess you were saying like sci-fi movies and stuff like that.
Exactly. More specifically for these 3 records that we've done, it's like a cross between Planet of the Apes and old Lovecraft stories.
Yeah.
So that's mostly where this comes from. But like I said, old science fiction movies and horror stuff, and like weird sci-fi, H.G. Wells and Jules Verne and stuff like that. It's really what we've always been into, at least me. So
hell yeah, man.
That type of weird shit comes naturally.
Another question from the chat. They want to know, what are you listening to right now? Like, what kind of new bands do you have in your playlist?
A lot of stuff actually. I've been really blasting the new Sasquatch album a lot, and then we have some Blue Heron from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been listening a lot to, and some old school doom stuff from a band called Green Ripper. I think they're from Texas. So that's 3 I've been listening to a lot lately, but there's been so much good new music this year. I mean, Geezer's got a new album, and there's coming new stuff from everywhere, it seems. So, but yeah, and the new Valley of the Sun, I've been listening a lot to, and also this supergroup Absent in Body, with Scott Kelly from the Roses and Cavalera from the drummer from Sepultura. So that's some of the stuff I've been listening to a lot lately.
Oh yeah. For the gearheads out there that are wondering, what kind of can you give us a rundown of some of your the equipment and stuff that you were using in the studio to get these tones?
Yeah. Now I don't remember the model, but the guitars are walled through an orange head with orange 412 cab. I don't remember the model. I think it's a rocker of some kind. I don't really know. But and the bass is the orange Terror bass, and through an Ampeg 4x10 cab, so it's all mostly orange, and then a lot of pedals. I don't even really know what pedals are for the guitars, because he has so many. But I know the bass is only a big muff and a small stone for some of the weird parts. The bass is really pretty basic, I would say.
Very cool, man. So do you have any other announcements or anything you want to let the people know about?
No, not at the moment. Like I said, the album got out yesterday here and today for you guys. So we just hope that people will check it out and dig it. And if you're in Stockholm in August, come check us out on some of the shows. It's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah. All right, well, Alex, I guess I'm about out of questions for you, man. Before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag?
Yeah, of course.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is 10,000 years, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, this is Alex from 10,000 Years, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us. I know it's early over there, man, and we really...
Yeah, sure, man. No worries. It's all good. It's been really fun. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more 10,000 Years for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, thank you very much, man. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
There you have it, folks. 10,000 Years live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway, put them everywhere, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks tomorrow, everywhere, you're not cranking it up loud enough, man. I'm serious. Reach out and grab that volume knob right now and give it fucking hell, man. Crank it up.